In this video, I'm going to be talking about all the styles that can wear these belts, all the different types of belts that we have for sale in the whole range that you can see behind me. And at the end, I'm going to put together a short montage of people training in those particular styles. Hi, my name's Doug Swift. I've been doing martial arts for the past 34 years and the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 17 years. If you like this video, click the little icon, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos from Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the martial art belts we have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. So you may be thinking watching this video, how much can this guy talk about martial art belts? They're literally just belts, aren't there? There's nothing really to say. Well, martial art belts are a pretty complicated world really. There's every single style seems to have a different combination or different order of belts, all the way through to up to black belt, even styles within styles, so like Wado or Shotokan within karate. There's a lot of different styles. People like to kind of go off on tangents with their own martial art clubs or styles and create new belt systems, new grading systems to give their style a bit of individuality and sort of separate them from other ones. And there are certain colour belts that even we can't get Enso Martial Arts that some associations used to do. For instance, I used to do a style of jiu-jitsu and they had a light blue belt. Now, no one makes light blue belts, they do not exist, so what people would do would chuck one blue belt in a washing machine full of white belts and it would make them all a kind of baby blue colour. So yeah, that particular style of jiu-jitsu just had a different colour belt just to kind of put themselves in a different status from other styles. So there's a lot of that going on. So whenever you see an colour order of belts, it's never going to be right. There's always going to be a belt that's in the wrong place or one in a different place. So what we've done at Enso, we've kind of done them in just light to dark, you know. Most styles start at white belt, not all. I do know a few that start at red. But most people start at white belt and most people finish at black belt. That's pretty much the standard. Obviously there are the black belt belts that you get, you know, different tags on them, or the red and white Shihan belts, red and blue belts, which we don't do. You know, very rare someone wants a 6th degree belt. It's so rare we get asked for those. But all the belts between white and black we like to think that we cater for. So just very quickly I'll just go through some of the options that we do have here. So we've got the white belts and white and yellow, or the different stripe belts for the yellow belts, same with the orange and white, orange and green, and then going through green, blue, purple, red, brown, black, and loads of different types of brown and black belts that exist in martial arts. Now, if there is a belt colour design that we can't get, drop us an email, we will do our absolute best. There is a whole world of other belts that exist. We also do a whole range of BJJ belts as well that again are different to these standard belts. But yeah, if you want a belt that we don't have on our website, drop us an email and we'll do our absolute best to get it for you. Now, do all martial arts wear belts? Well, no, they don't actually. There's a very few Chinese martial arts that wear belts. Most of them, if anything, wear sashes, and a lot of them don't even do that. So it tends to be the Japanese and Korean martial arts that wear belts like this. You know, very few outside of those two countries will wear belts. And you do get some sort of independent styles like the black belt academies and whatever that do belts, and they don't sort of claim to have any affiliation to one style or the other, but there always will be a bit of a history through the lineages of some particular style. It's usually karate or Taekwondo, something like that. But yeah, pretty much most of the people that use belts will have an affiliation somewhere in their history to Japanese or Korean martial arts. So the Korean ones like Taekwondo and Tansudo definitely use these belts, and then the Japanese styles like karate, judo, ninjutsu, some of the traditional jiu-jitsu styles, they're very well known for having them. Some Aikido styles have belts, coloured belts, but some also just have white and then they go straight on to black after they've done a series of gradings. A lot of them will just stay on the white belt. You know, and there are other grading systems dotted about all over the place, but those are the main ones, the karate, judo, ninjutsu, jiu-jitsu, and then Taekwondo and Taekwondo. They tend to be the main ones buying these particular belts. Now, like I said, with the stripes, not everyone will use all these belts. Most people have about 9 or 10 sort of grades going up to black belt. Some people have middle grades, or like 2 middle grades in between the main colours, but most people in general have about 10 gradings before you get to black belt. Now, another thing really worth noting is that there are loads of different lengths of belt, and people get very confused about what lengths they need to buy. Now, they can start off really crazy small. I've seen them at 180, which is 180 centimeters, which would be for tiny little kids. Very rarely we sell them. With the belt, with the gis that you buy at Enso, all the beginner belts, you will get a belt that are specific to the size. So some of the tiny kid size gis will have tiny belts in them, but we sell them from 250. It's gonna be pretty much like a kid size belt. You know, you can wrap it around twice, tie a knot in it if you're a small kid. So 250 for us is a really good sort of general kid size. We do the 280 sizes. Now, they're for most adults, to be honest. Most adults that are like got average size waist will need a 280. That's definitely like the most popular size by a mile. 280 is very standard. If you're a little bit bigger around the middle, and you know the 280 just ends up with the tiniest little knot, get yourself a 320. That's what you need. 320 is for like the slightly rounder person. You don't want to really go any bigger than that. I don't think I've ever seen a belt longer than that. I know that people have got custom belts. They want a really long length, so they're relatively round, and they want a long length on it. So I think once we ordered a guy a 360, but it was crazy long. It was past his knees, and he was relatively big. So 320 is a very good length for the bigger person. Now, I will only give you one tip. The biggest tip and most important tip that you could ever have is do not wash your belt with your gi. Now, I've been on like a competition jiu-jitsu mat, and there's nearly always one person that's got themselves a pink gi. They've shoved their gi in with their red belt and they've dyed it pink. Now, you are going to dye it the colour of your belt. You only make the mistake once, but it is an expensive and embarrassing thing to do, and obviously everyone knows immediately what you have done when you turn up with a baby blue gi or a green gi or whatever. It's a complete waste of money. So yeah, do not wash your belt. There is a bit of a kind of tradition within the martial arts world that you never wash your belt. All your kind of blood, sweat and tears, all your emotions, all your effort goes into that belt. So a lot of people don't wash them, but really practically it's going to dye anything that it's in the washing machine with. So yeah, don't wash them. You don't need to. If it is sweaty, if you've really sweated into it, just let it dry. If you can dry it in the sunshine, that's even better, because it will kill all the bacteria. But obviously don't shove it all in out of your kit bag straight in the washing machine, because you will regret it when your gi has changed colour. Now, probably the most popular question that we do get asked at Enso Martial Arts is, what, can I just buy a black belt? It's only £4. Yes, if you did want to buy yourself a black belt, you can do that if you want. Now, obviously it doesn't mean anything. You need to get graded, so in order to get your black belt, you haven't earned a thing if you buy one for £4 from us. But if you want to do it, you're very welcome to buy a black belt without any training whatsoever. So that's pretty much all there is to say on martial art belts. So we've kind of covered it. You've got your karate belts, judo belts, jiu-jitsu, ninjutsu, taekwondo, taekwondo. There's pretty much all the major styles. I'm sure there's styles that I've missed out, so I apologise if I've missed out your style. But just at the end, as promised, here is a short montage of people doing martial arts in their belts. Thanks very much for watching. I hope it was useful. I hope you learned loads about the martial art belts we have here at Enso Martial Arts. If you like this video, remember to subscribe to the channel and get all the latest videos and updates from Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!